Hello and welcome back to 100% Info. In this video, I will show you first things to do after setup on HUAWEI Pura 70 Pro. Let's begin. Okay, so this phone has been freshly after the setup. As you can see, we do have plenty of bloatware that is not yet to be installed, etc, etc. But let's go through each step that you need to do in order to basically have a nice usage of your phone right now. And we can begin with Wi-Fi. We want to expand our control center. Click and hold onto our Wi-Fi icon, make sure that it's enabled, and now you want to click the network of your choosing. For me, it's this one. And then you want to input the password in order to connect to the network. Just like I did right now. So let's hit connect. And as you can see, we are now connected to our Wi-Fi. So that's pretty good. Now we can leave this. And instead, let's go to the settings themselves. Now let's scroll all the way up to the down. Let's go to System and Updates and check for newest software updates. Let's click Check for Updates. But as you can see, our software is up to date. It's a pretty nice way for checking if you have newest update available, since not always you can get a newest version while performing a factory reset. So, once you have done that, now we want to log in into our HUAWEI ID account. We can do that by going to Settings, and right here at the top we have Login into HUAWEI ID. Unfortunately enough, this process is almost not skippable, since most of the things that we'll be using today in this video, and generally by using our phone, needs to have access to Wi-Fi and this account. So let's hit Login to HUAWEI ID. And let's input our email and password to our account. Of course, if you do not have an account, you want to basically create one on the web or basically something else by clicking this Register tab. But I do have my account, so let me quickly put in my credentials. Okay, so now we want to simply click Login, though note that I am logging not using some sort of phone number, but instead the Gmail. I will hit now Login. And as you can see, we need to get a verification code via our email. So I will hit Get Code. Now I have opened my Gmail right here. So we did receive a code. So let me input my code. For me, it's the 360360430. Let's do OK. And it appears that isn't very good. Oh, this is because it's from an hour ago. Never mind. This is my newest code. It's 7358331. Let's hit OK. And as you can see, we have successfully logged in. Of course, you don't have to, you can't type in my code. Instead, you need to type the code that you have received, probably on your email, maybe via your messages on SMS, but I'm not entirely sure. So, going through the process of backing up our phone, we have the cloud backup, which is incredibly important and incredibly useful. I would strongly advise you to set it up, because it allows you to simply have a backup in your web, so in case you will lose your phone or something happens to it, you won't lose your data with it. So as you can see, we can keep enabled cloud backup, find my phone, which is incredibly important, just in case of losing your device. And we can also add gallery, so we will our applications, so our data and, for example, images and videos will also be saved to the backup. We could potentially go with browser, so our browsing history will also be saved. Calendar is Notepad, Wi-Fi, Maps, these are all not necessary for me. But these three, I think, are probably the most important. So let's hit continue. And let's keep waiting. And boom! We also have the ability to set emergency contacts I'm not going to do that now, since this is more about security measure, and it's not necessary, let's be honest, but if you want to, you can simply hit set now and just be good with it. So I will now hit later, and would you look at that, we have some sort of new version available. It will do nothing, it will basically have security fixes and improvements, so let's hit update. But in order to do that, we need to go to AppGallery, which is good because we want to do it anyway. So let's update our HMS core. We can enable auto update over the Wi-Fi, and as you can see, it is now installed. So speaking of our AppGallery, as you can see, we have no Google-based services, and nowadays using web, it's pretty hard to exists in the internet without a Google account. So how to even use the Google-based things? Notice that we don't even have a Google browser or a YouTube or anything like that. We want to use an application called Gspace. We can get it by going to AppGallery. We want to skip this since this is bloatware. This is also bloatware. We can update our AppGallery, sure. And now we want to simply go through the apps. Okay, it's updating. I will pause the recording and wait until the application is done updating. Okay, so as you can see, we now can get into AppGallery without any issues whatsoever. And they keep trying to give us some sort of bloatware. Let's hit skip. And now we can go to search, and we can search for Gspace. As you can see, this is how Gspace looks like. It has this very similar logo with colors of most Google icons. So what we want to do now is simply click install. And now our Gspace is installing, and in any moment we can open it. So as you can see, we have the ability to simply hit start. We need to give away some sort of our permissions, and we need to download necessary kit. So as you can see now, they are initializing Google services, and we need to get more permissions. So we want to allow app installs. Let's hit enable. And as you can see, necessary permissions are still not enabled. So let's click on this little thing here. And we do not have battery optimization permission. So let's go with enable, and let's disable it. So yeah, the application will be very power hungry, but in return we'll have the ability to use Google-based services. If we click these three buttons in the top right corner, top left corner, sorry, we can also add a Google account here. So instead of logging manually to every single one of these, we can just log in once into the Google space. So as you can see, we do have a HUAWEI ID, but I do not want to use my HUAWEI ID. I want to use my Google account. So let's go through the process of adding a Google account now. I will now type in my email. After you've done that, you want to simply hit OK, hit next, and now you want to input your password. Now OK, now let's hit next, and as you can see, we are successfully logged in. Now we can set up a parental control. I don't think it will even work with Gspace. I mean, I've never tried it, but most of the time we don't want to do that. So we'll just be using this device instead of our child. Let's agree to terms of service, and we can now enable Google services. As you can see, you also have basic device backup, which is pretty cool. Like having two backups instead of one is always better. So I will keep that enabled just in case. So let's hit accept. And as you can see, our Google account is now added into the Gspace. So how we can use stuff here? Well, we just click on the Google Play Store, which is by default already, let's say, installed. Though unfortunately we do have plenty of ads here, but as you can see, I'm not sure why it's so big, to be honest. We do have our Play Store here. It's an old version, as I see, but we have the ability to download anything, for example YouTube. We could potentially click install here, or alternatively, we can go back to our Gspace and click YouTube here, which will do the same thing. By that I mean, of course, it will automatically open our Google Play Store, and now we can hit install. Note that we are not actually installing YouTube itself. It's not like we'll have an access to it right here, like there is no YouTube here. Instead we want to go to Gspace, and now a little fire icon is gone, and now we can use our YouTube. Once again, a little drawback here is that the application does have ads, but I guess this is the cost of buying a Huawei phone, I guess. And here is our YouTube. As you can see, we can use it without any issues. What's important is that whenever we go here, we'll notice that, once again, it's not YouTube, it's actually Gspace, just pretending to be one. This way, it will allow us to use Google-based services even though they are technically banned on Huawei devices, which is pretty cool, and I do think it's almost a must-have whenever you want to move freely around the web. And if you don't have a YouTube access, if you don't have a Messenger access and anything like that, it can be pretty hard things. So now once we have done that, we can go through the other pretty important parts. Though I do think that Gspace itself is the most important thing that you can potentially have on any Huawei device. That's why I actually give away 2 Gspace like half of this video. Now we can expand our control center, and we'll see that we have the finish setting up device notification. We can click on it. We can click setup, and here we have some last things. For example, we have media services, provides you a large amount of visual and management, and it doesn't really matter. We could agree to it, we could disagree to it. I will go with disagree, though agreeing will probably, okay, let's just hit later. Now we have the same thing that was shown before, password set. Even though we do have a screen lock, they actually want to have our fingerprint ID or face recognition. I'm not going to bother with setting up this app right now, since we do have other tutorials on our channel on how to do that, but just you can know, you have a nice shortcut here, so let's go with it later. And that's all for the additional setup process. As you can see, the notification is now gone, and yeah, so now we can freely use our Play Store and the Google-based services inside the Gspace. We can also use the app galleries from Huawei, even though it has a lot of garbage here. Like, it's pretty bad, to be honest. But yeah, if you can use either of one, so hopefully you can choose whatever you please. And lastly, let's just remove this, okay? Let's just get rid of that, since... Why? What? And then, to be honest, I'm not even sure what's going. I will now remove all this bloatware. Like, it's not installed yet, to be fair, it's not installed. As you can see, we could click that in order to install these. But even then, these shortcuts are pretty annoying, so I will now simply go through the painful process of removing all of these icons. And these games are pretty bad. Like, you will find nothing interesting here. If you want some cool mobile games, you can watch like a YouTube video about cool mobile games instead of playing whatever it will install automatically, because this will just waste your time, it will waste space on your device, and it's just a painful thing to have. We could, okay, let's get rid of this. We can leave it by, like, it depends on what browser you're using. Of course, if you want to, you can always download different browser from Gspace or AppGallery. Translator, why would you even use that? Tools are pretty important, let's not delete them, maybe. And we also have Huawei apps. They can be left out, like, whatever. I do not understand the me time though. Never mind, I have removed some bloatware that was really garbaging my home screen here, and I also recommend you to do the same, since this can be pretty annoying, let's be honest here. Anyway, I think that's all for this video. If you found it useful, remember to like and subscribe, and if you have some other tips about setting up your device on this HUAWEI Pura 70 Pro, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Anyway, that's all from me. As always, thanks for watching.